Everybody joining us this morning. We are live on YouTube. We've got the 7 o'clock press releases. Your monster video popped up on TikTok yesterday. Oh, very cool. Ron, good morning. So we've got about 4 minutes here, and we'll get our first round of press releases. And with any luck, we'll get us a good one. David, good morning. Ford, good morning. Yeah, I'm with you, Bonfire Rob. When I have issues like that, I have to get a hold of somebody else because sometimes it's social media stuff and just computer stuff gets beyond my capabilities. Yeah. I always say if you have technical difficulties with your computer, just ask a teenager. Ask your granddaughter or your grandson. They'll get it fixed for you. It's amazing how technologically advanced kids are these days. All right, we've got 3 minutes and we'll get our 7 o'clock press releases. Welcome to everybody on YouTube that has joined us. I assume most of you have popped over from TikTok and decided to get those press releases out here this morning. We're going to have a good time this morning, hopefully, and we'll get hopefully at least one good press release here at 7 o'clock. If not, we'll get one at 7:30. If 7:30 doesn't give us one, then we've always got 8. And so on. Every half hour they pop up. Jeremy, good morning. Chris, good morning. Kathy, good morning over there on YouTube. Creative, good morning. Spencer, good morning. We got 1.5 minutes. I hope you guys are ready for this. Been very slow here in pre-market. A couple of stocks have gone up a little bit, surged just a little bit, but we're not really seeing anything really going crazy. SYRS pushing up just a little bit, not much. Target, good morning. Salim, good morning. Got news on the first try. Decent. I did as well. Spencer. Good morning and thank you. Lou, good morning. All right, we've got about 30 seconds here, folks, and we're going to get that first round of press releases in the penny world. Let's hope we get something decent here. I am excited. Sleeves up. Ready to go. Sip a Monster for good luck. Let's hope we get a good one. All right, we've got about 5 seconds. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Tilray, TLRY, let's see, TLRY collaborates with Whole Foods Market for nationwide launch of Super Seed snack clusters. RDHL submits FDA approved drug for UK marketing authorization. NW Core Investors Relations website, that's not going to help us at all. VON Telecommunications, nothing there. Looking pretty slim here on press releases this morning. Not seeing a whole lot. We still have time, though. We're not giving up yet. You don't lose until you give up. Fourth quarter financials. BPTH announces preclinical results signaling increased potential for their BP1001 as a treatment for obesity and type 2 diabetes patients. No volume, no price action. None of the press releases other than RDHL, that's the one that submitted the FDA-approved drug for UK marketing authorization. That one is moving a little bit on that news. But not much volume. There's only 11,000 shares traded on that, but it did pop up a little bit. So just so you're aware, that one did pop up a little bit on that press release. NWTG, Newton Golf launches a new corporate and investor relations website. Now that one did pop up as well a little bit on that press release, but that's definitely not what I would call an actionable press release. That one is not, that's kind of fluff news there. Oh, let's see. SNDL, fourth quarter financials. Boy, nothing is moving on those press releases. Helene, good morning. So 23 press releases, and none of them are really moving. RDHL keeps acting like it wants to do something, but it's not moving. It's just very low volume. Very slow start here. Miami, good morning. Let's see, bond coming down, SYRS. Looks like it pulled down right at 7, but it's curling back up a little bit. Let's see, let's take a look at HMR rather, excuse me. HMR pulled down at 7 o'clock and it's curling back up. Jeremy, RDHL 310 to 350. Nice trade. Wow. That stock is all over the place. RDHL is just bouncing around like crazy. Not a big fan of what I'm seeing here in terms of price action. It's kind of wonky. But if it gets a little bit of fire under it here, it might go. I don't know. We're going to have to keep a close eye on it. Definitely not a big fan of it at the moment. Spencer, good morning. Rick, GNXP. GNXP is trying. We dropped right at 7 o'clock. Looks like we're going to pop up here just a little bit. It's hovering around that 50-cent mark. Maybe that can regain some of those losses that it suffered from after hours. Let's see. Popped up in after hours last night to, what did it hit last night? 58 cents. About 58.9. Be nice to see it be able to gain some of that back. LITM floating sideways. SYRS pushing back up again. Wow, popped up pretty nice there. SYRS, that's a cheap little penny stock, little 12-cent stock at the moment. Just wicked up to 13.6. That stock closed at 8.5 cents yesterday, and it's up to 12.2 right now. And it's getting a little bit of fuel put in the engine here. RGC's popping up pretty nice right now. Had a real nice run there in after hours last night. Beautiful. From around 18 bucks to 34 bucks in after hours last night. Dropped down here at 7 o'clock down to 26. It's back to 28. Definitely could see 30 again on that one, on RGC. I think I'd want to play that for just a couple of dollars and cut bait and run. Jonathan, RDHL 311 to 327. It's a nice little trade. RDHL, kind of wonky there. Be very careful playing that one. Let's go back and look at RGC down to 27.9. That one might be good for a couple of bucks. If you can get a good entry on that one, you might be able to scalp a couple of dollars off of that one. GNPX pulling down, SYRS hovering at 12 cents, LITM just now starting to give us a couple of little green candles. That one might pop up a little bit. Not much going on there. William, good morning. Very, very slow here this morning. Acon. Oh, it is slow. All last week was pretty slow. This week is starting out relatively slow as well. SYRS still floating around 12 cents. GNPX still pulling down. Boy, oh boy. RGC. Come on, push up. Let's get a good pop on there. Love to see RGC take a nice pop right up over 30 bucks. Pretty big spread on that one. I'd be very careful there. Price target change. Boy, oh boy. INDP just popped up a little bit. Yeah, I think everybody's on spring break. Is it spring break? Everybody out of school for spring break? GNPX. Nothing. SYRS. Still hovering at 12. Bon. Nothing. Looks like SES is starting to curl up just a little bit. William, good morning. Off to Michigan. From now all the way through into April. Ugh. Well, that means the beaches are going to be packed with spring breakers. Might have to get very strategic with my beach trips. Although if I get that wave runner fired up, I might be able to get out away from all the spring breakers. Hey, that's an idea. Oh, let's see. XPEV guides for surging revenue. Nothing there. Well, if anybody sees anything that's popping up, don't hesitate to mention it, because right now it's looking pretty darn slow. I don't see a whole lot. I don't see much. SYRS, not doing anything. GNPX, nothing. BON, nothing. LITM. Wow. Well, as slow as it is, don't try to force anything. Don't try to force a trade. GCG. RGC, HMR. Wow, this is slow, slow. Even some of the low volume stocks are not moving. Wow. DPRO, Department of Transportation, selects Dragonfly for drone medical delivery demonstration and reports its successful completion. DPRO. VEON signs a definitive business combination agreement. VEON, and Cohen Circle Acquisitions sign a definitive business combination agreement. It's on VEON. Price target. On MDAI. RDHL. Let's go back and look at RDHL. That one spiked up to 347 and then right down to 303. Crazy. I told you that one is a crazy, crazy, wonky little stock. It's acting very funny right now. Do you ever have issues with Pro going into connecting or searching mode? Yes, every once in a while I do, but it's usually when my Wi-Fi connection is not very good. Cruise RDHL 303 to 365. Well, I am glad to see some of the Wolfpack is making money off of RDHL. It is certainly all over the place. That's going to have to be a very quick in and quick out kind of trade. It is just acting crazy right now. Look at that dip down below $3. It dips below 3 and it probably bounced clear back to 345 or 350. It's just acting very crazy. Yeah, if most of the time what I have found personally with my E-Trade Pro is when it goes through that mess of connecting or searching mode, usually it's because of my internet connection is not great. Sometimes when I'm out on the road in the RV doing the live stream from the RV and I'm using the Starlink system and the internet connection gets kind of weird, then E-Trade Pro will go through that with me. Wow. NWTG. Newton Golf launches new corporate investors relations website. I can't believe that got a bump off of that. DPRO. Man, talk about slow. Dan, don't worry about it. It's no problem, man. I appreciate you asking the questions and always willing to help. Never bothering me. I can tell you that. Not with good questions. LITM. SYRS still floating around 12. LASE expands game-changing gantry laser technology. LASE. No volume. bumped up about 8% and then kind of stalled out. Look at RDHL down there at 297. Well, at least the spread has tightened up a little bit. Doesn't have that 30, 40 cent spread on it anymore. I think it's gotten pulled down to where it needs to be at the moment. We'll see if it pops again. Boy. Well, we didn't really get anything at 7 o'clock in terms of press releases. Let's hope 7:30 treats us a little bit better. You never know. LITM, not doing anything. GNPX, bouncing up a little bit. Getting a little bit of a curl there, aren't we? SYRS finally got out of that 12, floating around 12. It's up to 12.8, 12.7, 12.8. RDHL, yeah, it got to SmackDown. That's not, you're not kidding there. Just a weird stock this morning. It was bouncing between $3 and $3.50. They're crazy. I'll be curious to kind of watch that one today. ADTX announces submission of U.S. federal government funding proposals and provides corporate and ADTX transaction update. ADTX. Volume is coming in pretty decently here on ADTX. Let's hope it's good volume. We got a pullback here. Now it bounced from 418 to 620 when that press release hit. And now it's back to 556. It's pulling back here some. More than a 50% retracement on ADTX. I would suspect that that is going to bounce again. Let me watch the volume very closely here. ADTX bids at 492. Yeah, Terry, very slow this morning. Very, very slow. Looks like ADTX is at 491 on the bid. $486, so it looks like it might pull back just a little bit more. SYRS blew through the 12s. It was hovering around 12 for a while. Finally managed to break through that, get up into the 13s. Now we're up into the 14s. The stock is up 65%. ADTX. The news on this, ADTX announces submission of U.S. federal government funding proposals and provides corporate and ADTX transaction update. 4 new funding proposals totaling $117 million have been submitted for review. So it's not great news. It's not the kind of news that I would expect it to run a stock up and maintain any kind of gain at all. They've submitted some proposals for funding. So, you know, that doesn't mean anything. Those proposals could be turned down. So it's just proposals for funding. Not much to see there. Keep an eye on it. It's back at 490 now. We just dipped down pretty good there to 460. Let's see if it runs back up, reclaims 5. Has a very low float. Very low float there. $320. 320,000 public float. So with that kind of a float, any little bit of attention will make that one pop. They had a 1 for 250 reverse split on the 17th, which was yesterday. So they're coming off of a massive reverse split. One of the higher reverse splits I've ever seen. 1 for 250 is a pretty good size. Reverse split. Whatever. Good morning. John, I see you mentioned about RDHL. What would make you jump into that as it's dropping? Tracy got SYRS from 10.8 to 14.7. Nice. Brian, ADTX average cost is 6. That's your average, Brian? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, holy cow. Yeah, there's a lot of people that hold. That's one of the dangers that I always talk about with holding through a reverse split. Is your average is going to be crazy, crazy high. It's just not worth it. Tracy's birthday today? Did Tracy have a birthday and didn't mention it to us? SDST announces year-end 2024 results. VRAX enrolls their first patient in a clinical study. Not big news. and it's not getting any attention at all. 7:30 press releases are not looking very good here. Very slow. Oh man, very, very slow. Happy birthday, Tracy. Happy birthday. Grab, G-R-A-B. Let's see, that's just general market news. That doesn't help us. Yeah, it almost feels like a Friday, doesn't it? It's felt like Friday for a week. All right, let's keep an eye on ADTX now. Remember, we've got a low float here. I'm not saying it's going to take off. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it has a very low float, and it doesn't take much to get it to bounce. Salty, good morning. Now let's go back and look at RGC, the other one we told you to keep an eye on. Now, how many of you went over and looked at RGC when we were talking about it? And I mentioned the likelihood of that bouncing to at least 30 bucks. Well, it just bounced up to 33.50. For those of you that took some of that. Announces initiation of its first human clinical trial in alcohol. It's not getting any attention. XPAV. Fourth quarter financials. Press release is still coming in from the 7:30 bunch, but nothing of any interest, nothing worthwhile. We're going to keep our eyes open, keep things peeled open here at ADTX at 491. I think if it breaks 5, it might get interesting. There's 5.3, 5.12, 5.15, 5.14, 5.15, 17. Come on, baby. 525, 539. Boom. How many took that? How many took that little dip down there in the 580s, 590s? I told you. I told you with that low float, that one could really pop nice for you. Beautiful. All right, let's go look at some more press releases here. PYXS. Ken is stepping down as Chief Medical Officer. IHS. Revenue. All right, let's go back and look at ADTX. 520. 521, 24, 27, 32, 37. This one is fun. Billy got ADTX from 490 to 523. Beautiful trade, Billy. Beautiful. Making something out of nothing. 475 to 526 for Jeremy. Nice. Risky play, but well worth it, evidently. RGC now pulling back. It's down to 31.31. ADTX 570, 571. Boom. Carry 460 to 560. Nice trade, Carrie. Nice trade. Nice. Very, very nice. Oh, let's see. Kathy, ADTX from 485 to 550. Tracy, 490 to 565. Ken, 478 to 521. Nice. How you guys doing on YouTube? Terry, 491 to 565. Nice trade, Terry. ADTX maintained at a buy. 565, 562. Anybody still holding out? Oh, shoot. Adding small gains every day, even on a bad day. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Just little gains. You know, weeks like last week, weeks like this week is turning out to be, we're not seeing those big gains. We're not seeing those big 150, 200% runners like we normally do. So we have to adjust a little bit and not hold out expecting those big, massive runs. We take these little base hits, as we like to call them. You know, they say ball game is won by base hits. We just take these little base hits and get in, get out, and try to make something just a little bit here and there. We'll do it. Kelly, RGC, 27.90 to 32.60. Good trade on RGC. Ken, 510 to 570. Nice trade. Brian, 497 to 580. Jonathan, 482 to 574. Boom! I love seeing that. I told you today was going to be a good day. We're doing it. ADTX stuck at 565. Will this see 6? That is the question. Hyper, HYPR. Hyper trying to push up a little bit. Doesn't have a terrible amount of volume, 600,000, almost 700,000. Might see $1 here shortly. Get enough of the right kind of volume in the right direction. This could push up over $1. I am interested in ADTX, 571. Looking for that big $6 mark. Will it get there? Brian, ADTX, 489 to 582. Love it. Gosh, that is nice. QUBT taking a beating. Glad I sold this morning. 770 to 857. Early morning trading, Bob. I don't think I was barely awake at that time. ADTX now at 582. 477, 478. Early bird gets the worm. Yeah, that's true. The second mouse gets the cheese, though. Doesn't always pay to be first. ADTX 578. Come on, baby. Push up over 6 for daddy. Come on. Come on. Just a little more volume, man. One big spike of volume, about 300,000 volume on a 1 minute candle. This thing will freaking rip right up over 6. And I am waiting. 580. Come on. Come on. It can do it. Yeah, everything's getting beaten down here. Last week was rough. Last week was very rough for us. And this week is starting out the same way. It's rough. We're having a rough time here with these pennies. But I am happy to see a bunch of you making money this morning here, at least on ADTX. That was a nice, pleasant surprise for us. But we knew, in all fairness, we knew that a very low flow stock like that, if it gets the right kind of volume at the right moment, it can really boom up nice. SYRS, not doing anything. GNPX, we've got 15 minutes and we'll get our 8 o'clock press releases. Let's hope the market is sweet to us here. Gives us something nice. LICD. RGC pulled down pretty hard off of that $33 mark. Gitano 496 to 588. Nice. Almost got a full buck off of that one. You got to be happy with that. And thank you guys out here in YouTube for hitting the subscribe button. I really do appreciate that very much. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Let's see. WKSP believes market valuation does not fully reflect business fundamentals, targets cash flow positivity and meaningful growth in 2025. they dispute their valuation a little bit. Just subscribe. Awesome, Terry. Thank you very much for that, my friend. And I'm pretty excited today. I get to go pick up my new vehicle. It's not a new vehicle, but it's new for me, so I'm pretty excited about that. The downside is it's one more insurance payment to add to my collection. Jeepster Jeff. INDP. INDP popping up here. We've got a little bit of news on that one. Starts their phase 1 combination study. It's a cancer drug for advanced solid tumors. INDP. So that one just came out. INDP. Let's see. Let's see if I've got that one on my list. INDP. INDP. I do. It's up about 15% here. Jonathan, you have a great day. And thank you. I'm going to enjoy driving it home. And boy, look at INDP just dropped and then right back up again. A little bit of a spread there, 5-cent spread. Not my favorite. Would rather have it 3 or less. ADTX trying desperately to push back up. Jeeps are like motorcycles. When you drive one, everyone in another Jeep will wave at you. Yeah, that should be fun. Terry, I am with you 100% on the duck thing. I am with you 100%. I just think it looks silly. It looks goofy. I know it's a Jeep thing, but I think it just looks goofy for a grown man. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. I don't know. It looks goofy for a grown adult man to drive around with a bunch of little ducks on his dashboard. I don't know. I'll do the Jeep wave. I'll give everybody the Jeep wave. ADTX. I'm watching it. I'm watching very close. I'm looking for that break of 6. Got to get you a t-shirt, a Jeep t-shirt. Is that a thing? You got to have a Jeep t-shirt? I'll wear my Wolfpack t-shirt in there. Target May says his wife has a Jeep and he removes all the ducks from it when he drives it. A bobblehead hula girl would work. Just empty every pocket. Well, I think it should be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a good time. I got it for the sole purpose of pulling the Wave Runner. That was the only reason I bought the thing. I didn't need a second vehicle. I just needed something to pull the Wave Runner. So I just decided to buy a used Jeep. I figured that would be plenty. 585 now on ADTX, waiting patiently for that break of 6. We just wicked up to 595. Wanting that break of 6. Is the trailer an extra? Yeah, the trailer, you can't, Wave Runner doesn't come with a trailer. I got to buy a trailer to go with it, but they're kind of cheap. They're only like $1,200. $594. Come on, baby. I need to get an aluminum trailer. That salt water on a steel trailer will eat that thing alive. Man, we almost broke 6. Come on, 595. Yeah, I'm pretty good at backing, Brian. I've had a lot of experience with trailers. There it is, 602. Just popped up to 608. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Love it. Love it. How many of you held out for 6? That was nice. Carrie got her first full $1. Look at Pinky, 487 to 602. Nice trade. Pinky held out till 6. We just hit 611. Just wicked up to 611. Lou, 563 to 605. Good trade. I wonder if I can pin those. Can I pin comments here? Pin a message. There we go. Carrie, 536 to 611. Nice. Oh, I love that. Beautiful. Well, I guess this morning's not turning out too bad. Not bad at all. TSQ, Town Square Media, maintained at overweight. Let's see, CRNC, maintained at $16 price target. Yeah, I won't be able to pull anything with the RV other than the Jeep. I won't be able to pull the Wave Runner. I'd have to have the RV with the Jeep behind it, and then the Wave Runner behind it. Not going to do that. That's asking for trouble. That's asking for trouble. So I'll just one or the other. One or the other. But I probably, yeah, it would look very Beverly Hillbillies for sure. And I doubt that I'll ever pull the Wave Runner with the RV, ever. Because what am I going to do with it? You know, I can take the RV and the Wave Runner to someplace, but I'm not backing my RV down a boat ramp to put it in the water. That would look really, really redneck. That would look really bad. Linnell, good morning. Yeah, so I won't be doing that. There'd be no way I would. You imagine trying to back an RV, a 31-foot long RV, backing it down a boat ramp? Can you imagine the looks you would get from people? Like, I could just hear all those boat guys going, "What the hell is that guy doing? What an idiot." Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Yeah, boat ramps can be entertaining. Yeah, it would end up being a houseboat for sure. So unfortunately, unless I got a double decker trailer, I wouldn't be able to do that. And I have seen those. ZVSA Therapeutics data published in the Journal of American Heart Association demonstrating inflammation inhibition, obesity associated with cardiac. I don't like that, Professor Lees. That's fluff. Yeah, I could get a toy hauler RV. That would be a good idea. I've seen double deckers. I don't know if you guys have seen those. I've seen those before. Then I'd need the F-250 diesel. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. Actually, I've seen the last trip I did, I saw a double decker trailer behind an RV. It was like a car hauler, but it wasn't just the normal length of a normal car trailer. And it had a car on the bottom and a boat on the top. And it was all hydraulic. The car could pull out, the boat would come down. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool setup. I don't know what something like that cost, but it was a pretty sweet little setup. Yeah, I used to work on some of those, Brian, on those multi-million-dollar RVs when I was in the RV industry. I worked for Monaco Coach, and they had a conversion bus division up in Elkhart, Indiana. And I remember working on some cabinetry because that's what I did was cabinetry. And I remember working on a unit for Dolly Parton. INDP INDP initiating a phase 1 study. Cure, C-U-R-R, to develop 500 megawatt hyperscale AI data center in Malaysia. C-U-R-R. C-U-R-R. NVNI announces term sheet for acquisition of B2B SaaS platform. NVNI. NVNI press release. RYAM. Chemical syndrome, nothing there. CATL. Punch, nothing there. TNM. So far, CANG. Not seeing a lot of action here. Let's go back and look at Cure. CURR. This is the one that's developing the 500 megawatt hyperscale AI data center in Malaysia. NVNI. BTM, looking at fourth quarter financials. BNGO announces extensive lineup of content, American College of Medical Genetics. BYON, nothing there. ALZN announces initiation of a phase 2 clinical trial. ALZN announces initiation date of a phase 2 clinical trial for treatment of major depressive disorders in the Massachusetts General Hospital. TCBP announces outsourcing initiatives, reducing burn rate and overhead. NNDM. Semi product line, Bill's Fox Ultra, nothing there. UAVS. Devs bounced up pretty good and then fell back down to 38 cents, but it did bounce up pretty nice. OCGN, monitor safety. OCGN, Data and Safety Monitoring Board, reviews cohort 1 safety data and approves dosing cohort 2 in the clinical trial. That's not huge news. Holo with news again. Utilizes matrix product states to achieve high precision quantum state preparation and mirror symmetric probability distribution. FRSX announces the integration of NVIDIA Jetson or Orion into its 3D perception systems. That's on FRSX. fiscal year, meeting, conference call, healthcare, SCNX announces U.S. FDA approval of NDA 102 to be launched. Oral suppression. The global market is approximately 1.5 billion. SCNX. Hot off the wires, man. SCNX. Hoth, Hoth, announces positive preclinical results in aggressive cancer, gastrointestinal stromal tumors. Significant tumor cell death as early as 24 hours post-treatment. This is on HOTH. Boy, we getting some good ones in here. Getting some good press releases, good potential on these press releases. We're just going to have to run them up the flagpole and see who salutes to which one. It's the best thing we can do. Got a scalp on ADTX. Nice. Still clicking on press releases. We got a bunch of them right at 8 o'clock. We got a good bucket full. Health and collaboration. Board directors. Report. Enrollment pop-up events. Rusty got SCNX from 238 to 290. Good trade. Finley James, 257 to 290. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Taking advantage of those press releases. Love trading off of press releases. Boy, BKKT is still getting hammered. All right, let's go back. That was all the press releases. So let me go back here and recheck some of these from earlier. ADTX pulling down. CRVO moving up a little bit on their press release. It was a price target change, which typically is not anything we're too interested in. How about SCNX? Now at 274. It's gone up about 10% off of that press release. INDP pulling down some. SCNX. Let's see that pop up over 3. That would be a nice one for us this morning. 279 on SCNX. 285 now, 287. We wicked up to 287. We wicked up earlier to 297. Couldn't quite get up to that 3. We'll see if it's got enough fuel in the tank to get us up there. CURR to develop a 500 megawatt hyperscale AI center in Malaysia, if you remember that one. It popped really nicely on that third 1 minute candle to 314. But it's pulled back. It's down here at 276 again. IDN to present at a spring investment conference. BKKT getting hammered on financials. $284 now on SCNX. 288. $293. We wicked up to $297. Let's get over 3. Come on, give us over 3. From $2 to $3. That would be sweet. Nice $1 quick play this morning. Come on. $297. Come on, retail. Push it up. $296. ALTO. Ingredients. Nothing there. Look at that baby go. Boom. Up over $3. Finley James. Let's see, 257 to 290. Root 238 to 290. Oh, shoot. How'd you guys do on that one? Let's see, FRSX. Yeah, I believe there was one there. Let me pull it up. FRSX. FRSX had one. It popped pretty nice. It went from, what, 71 cents to 85 cents, pulled back all the way to 72 cents again. Now it's back to 74. This is the one that announced the integration of NVIDIA Jetson into its 3D perception systems. It's back at 74.8 now. Oh, let's see. Pinky, 279 to 301 on SCNX. Jason, 255 to 305. Todd, 252 to 305. Wolfpack. Oh, I wish I had a howl sound for the Wolfpack. Nice. All the way up to $3.10 off of a press release. Love it. That's why we like trading on these press releases. My whole system, if you will, style, technique, whatever you want to call it, is based on press releases. Not everybody likes to trade that way. Not everybody thinks it's effective. Not everybody is cool with it, but works for me. 320. We just wicked up to 320. Wolfpack is eating well this morning. We have been hunting and eating well. CRVO. What are we doing here? CRVO. This is just a price target info on CRVO. Nothing to see there. Kathy, SCNX 268 to 318. Good trade. Very good trade. $3.15 now. $3.16. Wolfpack is on fire this morning. See, even when the market is crap all last week and all this week, we still manage, because of press releases, we still manage to pull out some winners in pre-market. Look at that thing go. 334 from $2. Not bad, my friends. Not bad at all. Hit that subscribe button. Now, keep in mind, we're not on YouTube this long normally. We're not usually here this long. We're doing this just this week only. We're going to be on here from like 6:55 in the morning, just prior to that first round of press releases at 7. And we'll stick with you till about 9:15. So you're going to get all the press releases that come out between 7 and 9. And hopefully you get a little something out of it. That's our hope anyway. Now let's go back and look at SCNX at 3. We just hit 340. Smash that like and subscribe button. That's right. You tell him. Hit that subscribe button and smash those likes. Is that like TikTok where if you double tap the screen, you get the likes or the hearts or whatever? Oh, you got heart and emojis at the bottom you can click on. Okay. All right. Wasn't sure how that worked. I don't know that I've ever watched a live on YouTube. Watched them on TikTok, but I've never watched them on YouTube. All right. Let's go back and see what SCNX is doing. Looks like it's floating here. 325. Is this the beginning of the end for SCNX, or is this just a little pullback before the next leg up to 350? We shall find out. 330, 333. Manage your money, folks. Make sure that you're locking in profit. We've come a long way from $2 here. Make sure you're paying yourself. Don't get caught on the wrong side of this one. And thank you for hitting the heart button, the like button. Much, much appreciated. And remember, we're only on this long on YouTube for this week, up until Friday. After that, we're going back to our normal hours, which is only like a half an hour. You're only going to get about a half an hour of this stuff. Maybe for some of you, that's enough. I don't want to look at this guy for more than a half an hour. That's brutal. Gaetano, 274 to 330, all out. Thank you, Jeff. You're very welcome. I'm glad you were able to catch some of that. Beautiful. Yeah, Bob, I'll do TikTok again. I'm just going on a world tour for a couple weeks here. Doing TikTok for a few hours and then doing YouTube for a few hours. And then we're going to be really brutal. We're going to get really ugly and brutal and go to Instagram. It's going to get bad. All right. Automotive. REE announces pricing of a $27 million registered direct offering of ordinary shares, and it just dropped. Koya, fourth quarter losses. So next week, this is where it's going to get funny. Sad and funny all at the same time. Next week, instead of being on YouTube for 2.5 hours, we're going to pop over to Instagram. And we're going to be on Instagram for a couple of hours, doing the 7 o'clock call outs, the 7:30, the 8, 8:30, 9 on Instagram. So, and the only way you can find that, the only way you can be a part of that is if you follow us on Instagram. Because the way Instagram is set up, the only people that live goes to is the people following you. So if you want to be a part of that and get those call outs, you've got to go over to Instagram and follow us on Instagram, and then you'll get it next week. And that starts Monday morning. And that's going to get really funny. Max, SCNX, 260 to 320. Nice job, Max. What was our record on Instagram? 17 or was it 27? Was it 19? We saw 19. So if you want to get us on Instagram, the @ that you need to click on is or search for is JG46550. Not sure if just clicking on or searching for Wolfpack Community pulls it up. Somebody will have to look into that for me. Go to Instagram and type in Wolfpack Community and see if that pops up. But I know that the official address is JG46550. But Wolfpack Community should pop it up over there. SCNX, looking for that next leg up here and that big push over 350. Vicky, good morning. Max, 260 to 320. All right. BYON to sell a majority stake in its Zulily brand to Lions Trading. Will retain 25% stake in the brand. Beyond, which is owner of Bed Bath & Beyond, Bye Bye Baby, and Overstock, announces that it has entered into a definitive agreement to sell its Zulily brand to Lions Trading Company, the operator of online off-price retailer Pruzy.com. Never heard of Pruzy. Pruzy.com. Beyond will receive $5 million and maintain a 25% stake in the company. That's on BYON for Beyond Inc., Bed Bath & Beyond. So next week, if you'd like to see these call outs from 7 o'clock until about 9 o'clock, if you'd like to see the call outs on these press releases, I don't even like to call them call outs because they're not really call out. I'm not telling you that any particular stock is going to go up. I'm telling you what the press releases are. That's all we're doing is calling out the press releases as they hit the market in real time. And then you make a decision on whether or not you like that stock based on the press release. If you think it's going to go up, I find it to be a really effective way of trading. SCNX pulling down here a little bit. Was really hoping that last little curl up would get this thing going again, but it hasn't quite done it. And so pop over to Instagram, hit the follow button on Instagram so that you can get those press releases. In fact, while we're sitting here right now, I'll pull it up. All right, we've got, it looks like 3 of you popped over there and hit the follow button. That's good. That'll be 3 more. That'll give us 21. That'll give us 21. 21 people. LTM climbing. LTM. No volume, 0 volume. SLDB, go look at that one. SLDB. SLDB getting a nice little punch upward here at 582. Quite a big spread there, but it looks like the spread is closing up. SLDB. Spread is closing a little bit. Not a terribly small float. Kiki, good morning. Let's see. Let's go back to our old ADTX. Got us up over 6 like a good boy, and now it's kind of falling apart a little bit here. So, but we got out of it what we needed to get out of it. That's all that matters. Use it, abuse it, and move on to the next one. SCNX, are you gonna pop up again? Come on. We got a little green candle starting to form here on the 1-minute chart. Let's hope that continues to push up for us. We've got 1 minute, and we'll get our 8:30 press releases. 1 minute to go. Let's see if 8:30 is good to us. Market's been relatively good to us so far here this morning. SCNX still trying. Love to see that thing push up over 350. 20 seconds. Let's take a sip of Monster to get us going. Good luck. Oh. Yeah, Instagram, you can type in wolfpackcommunity.com, wolfpackcommunity.com on Instagram, or JG46550. Either one should get you over there to where you need to go. Now look, CANF, FDA approved compassionate use treatment for pancreatic cancer patients. CANF. CANF. BHAT, BHAT, completes 1-ton gold purchase. Surging gold prices boost book profits to new highs. BHAT, Blue Hat Interactive, BHAT. Let's see, ACOG. ACOG announces the commercial launch of Zonivel for the treatment of mild to moderate Alzheimer's disease. That's on ACOG. No volume there, though. PAVM, Diagnostics, Utility Study, Cancer accepted for peer-reviewed publication. UOKA announces wholly owned subsidiary partnership for junk. Give us something. BLNE. Beeline launches AI agent Bob 2.0 for higher leads and 24/7 automation. Seems a bit fluffy, might get some action, popped up a little bit, not much volume there, but could bounce. That's one I'm not too certain on in terms of the press release. I'm not crazy about that press release. Let's go back and look at BHAT, BHAT, Blue Hat Interactive. That's the one that completed a 1-ton gold purchase. STEM, STEM, appoints software and finance veterans to the board of directors. That's fluff. XPON. Conferences. Good gravy. Partners with Sin. No volume. Looks like 8:30. Only threw out a couple to us there. Announces fourth quarter financials. OCD week preclusive major announcements, including 10-year celebration. Man, talk about fluff. Preclinical study, peer-reviewed publication. Man, nothing there. Nothing. All right, let's go back. Oh, another one just popped up. CWD announces fourth quarter 2024 full year. All right. BHAT. RNAS. You guys are going to love this. Jeff Brands. Jeff Brands, JFBR, enters the logistics center market by closing strategic acquisition of a U.S. company that operates a U.S.-based logistics center. It's on Jeff Brands, JFBR. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Before you even say it, you're saying, hell no, not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. All right. Nobody likes Jeff Brands. Nobody wants to touch Jeff Brands. All right, ADTX climbing back up again. Come on, baby. Looking for that break of 6 again. That would be nice. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. We got out of it what we needed this morning. Now let's go down and look at SCNX. That one is pulling down. Really wanted to get that over 350. Let's see. look at Jeff Brand's tank. Holy smokes. Dropped on that. Now it's going to pop back up a little bit. It is going to pop back up a little bit, but not much, but it will pop back up from there. British Airways, NDC content now live on Sabres. Boy, talk about some junk. Press releases. ADTX still pushing back. Might get back over 6 again. Looking pretty strong. There's 6. I just saw 6 on the ass. 602. It wicked up to 602. Anybody play that for a second time or a third time? Yeah, look at that. Jeff Brands tanked on that news. Who would have guessed that? Who would have possibly have guessed that? As you can tell, we're not big fans of Jeff Brands. Now look at the pop. All the way down to $1.15. I told you it was going to bounce back up. And it did, back to $1.35. But no volume on that stock, and I wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. That stock, notorious for pumping up on news and then just absolutely crashing down, leaving bag holders everywhere, scattered across the battlefield. LITM, GNPX, nothing. Oh boy, ADTX, fighting for that $6 again. Fighting for 6. All right, let's see what else we got. JAGX, JAGX announces a 1-for-25 reverse stock split. JAGX. Just an FYI in case you have some of that. VLN. Valens Semiconductor partners with 7 MIPI silicon vendors, successfully completing product testing. Seems a bit on the fluff side. Let's look at ADTX. Boom, right back up over 6 again. For anybody who played that off of the dip there, congratulations. You made a pretty decent little trade there from those 540 range back up over 6 again. 607. Might we push for a new high here? Can we beat 5? We hit 620 on the initial spike on the news. It'd be interesting to see if it can get up over that. After that, the highest we were able to get was 612. Carry again, 568 to 611 on ADTX. Again, got it again. $6.12 after that initial spike to $6.20. The highest we were able to get it after that was $6.12. Now we just wicked up to $6.14. So this one's got a little bit of gas left in the engine. A little bit. Oh my. Hot coffee in the morning. Can't beat that. 51 degrees and sunny outside. So it's warming up a little bit. It was about 46 this morning in Central Florida. Where's everybody from? Where is everybody from? YouTube. Where are you guys from? Let me hear from you. Northport, Florida. Michigan. Victoria, Texas. Tarpon Springs. Lou, you're in Tarpon Springs. You're very close to me. I'll be putting my wave runner in the water over in Tarpon Springs very, very soon. New Jersey. CanF trying. CANF. Arizona. CWD. Fourth quarter financials. Upstate New York. New Hampshire seacoast. 3 miles from the Atlantic Ocean. Nice. No, I won't get hurt. I won't get hurt. I'm not a crazy daredevil type. So I won't be getting too crazy out there on the wave runner. You can be assured of that. Won't be any wake jumping or flips or any of that kind of nonsense. That's for sure. I am in Central Florida. SCNX trying to curl back up again. We might get 350 out of that darn thing yet. That's my hope. But Luke is in Vancouver. Welcome. Let's see. DWTX announces dosing of its first patient in a phase 2 trial. Fresh off the press. PMEC launches Hydron Light Smart Cleaning Robot. Optimized for narrow spaces and speed. PMEC. That seems a bit on the fluffy side. ICU. Safety Medical Corporate, they won an award, so that's definitely fluff news. SCNX almost back up over 3. No, not picking up the Wave Runner today, but I am picking up the Jeep. Getting the Jeep picked up and probably go look at the Wave Runner later this week, maybe the weekend. I don't know. I probably later in the week here, Thursday, Friday, maybe. There won't be any after hours live stream from me today. I'm going to pick up the Jeep, and I don't think I'm going to be back in time. Not going to be back in time to do the 4 o'clock. But I'm quite certain that Discord will be pretty active. So you guys should have no problems in after hours with press releases. I'm quite certain people are going to be on top of those. Look at SYRS trying again. Kind of took my eyes off of that one for a little while. Was pretty happy to see that hit 15, and we just hit 16.2. So it's been a nice one since early this morning. Remember, that stock went from, that closed at 8.5 cents yesterday, and it hit 16. So all very, very close to 100% run on that stock. That's not bad. The Discord, absolutely. Absolutely. There you go. Just sent it to you. ABOS. Pharmaceuticals CEO discusses their novel targeted therapies for Alzheimer's. Again, kind of fluffy news. Did you get it, Helene? SCNX fighting to get back over 3. All right, good deal. I got a used one. I didn't need a second vehicle. Really didn't need one. I have a vehicle. I didn't need a second vehicle. But I'm going to buy a Wave Runner, and I needed something to pull it with. I have my regular car is a little BMW convertible Z4, and it sits about 4 inches off the ground. So there was no way I could pull anything with that car, and I wouldn't ever put any hitch on my BMW. There's no way. So I needed to get a vehicle to pull the Wave Runner, and I decided that a Jeep would be a good alternative there to pull the Wave Runner. And I didn't want to spend the kind of money that's needed for a brand new vehicle. I thought that might be a little overkill. Buying a brand new vehicle just to pull a Wave Runner, that seemed a bit excessive to me. And I'm a lot more conservative than that financially. So I decided I'll just get something used that's in good shape that I can pull the Wave Runner with, and I'd be happy. So I decided to just buy a used Jeep, and off I go. So picking up the Jeep today, and then I'll look into the Wave Runner, you know, into the week, maybe next week sometime. Yeah, that's a good point. You don't take the depreciation hit driving a new vehicle off the lot. You take the risk of, you know, acquiring somebody else's headache, but Luke, Sea-Doo, no, I'm getting a Yamaha. I've got my eye on a Yamaha Cruiser. HO. With the rec deck on the back of it. It's a pretty sweet little ride. I'm not looking for speed. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a daredevil type. So I'm just looking for long haul cruising on the thing. And that Yamaha Cruiser is pretty nice. All right, 8 minutes, and we'll have our 9 o'clock press releases. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this long this morning on how many miles? Bob, it had 92. I think it was 92,000. Yeah, it's a 3-seater. Yeah, it's built for 3 people. VINC. VINC announces a non-binding letter, proposed business combination, including a registration statement on an S4, issuance of SCNX common stock in the business combination. So it looks like a business combination here on VINC. With Cumulus, company called Cumulus AI. So they're announced a non-binding letter of intent for a business combination with Cumulus AI. And this is on ticker symbol VINC, Vincerex Pharma. No volume, no price movement, no nothing. So just saying, it sounds great, you know, business combination, partnership, whatever, but just be careful. There's no, and it's halted right now. So let's find out when that one's going to be released. So VINC is halted. The current price is at 82 cents, 82.9. There's 175 shares of volume on that stock this morning. It got 175 before they halted it, and they halted it for the news. We know what the news is. It's a partnership or combination, business combination. Now we just need to find out when they're going to release it, and then find out what the price action does. Let's see what it does when they unhalt it. So we'll do some research and see if we can find out when they're going to unhalt this thing. And that's on VINC. Not telling you to go buy it, not telling you to put in a bid right now or do anything of the sort. I just want you to be aware that this company, VINC, has a press release out. It's halted. It's a business combination with another company. What it does when they release it, who knows? All we can do is watch and see where the price decides to go, if it's going to go up on this press release or if it's going to go down. But the main thing, number one main thing is you know about it. And there's probably thousands and thousands of other traders out there that don't know about it. So you got a leg up on a few people because you know this news is sitting there. And I'm sure word is spreading as we speak amongst retail traders out there in social media land that this stock is halted. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on it. The other company is called Cumulus, spelt with a Q, Cumulus AI. That's the other company that they're combining with. Now, I don't know anything about Cumulus AI. I don't know if it's a publicly traded company or not. Conducting business as they'll be with Digital Global Holdings, conducting business as Cumulus AI, a privately held high-performance computing infrastructure company for artificial intelligence. So that's the other company. It's a privately held company. Now we just need to find out when they're going to release it so we can have eyes on it. How many miles on the Jeep? Ford, it had about 92,000. SLNH, $5 million, secures $5 million in non-dilutive debt financing from Galaxy Digital. SLNH. They got $5 million of financing. Non-dilutive financing. And we think so is it 9:15 or 9:10? 9:15? $9.15. Thank you, Max. Appreciate it. So best that we know, VINC is set to resume trading at 9:15 Eastern Time. So we've got about 15 minutes. And here comes the 9 o'clock press releases. Are you ready? 9 o'clock press releases. Let's see what pops up. Give us something good, baby. Give us something good here. 9 a.m. press releases are not historically known for being good press releases. Zena, Z-E-N-A, completes acquisition of workplace scheduling software company, Othership Limited. Seems a bit on the fluff side. XTIA XTIA announces share repurchase program. Share repurchase program on XTIA. Cure, C-U-R-R. Curate Group and ARC Group jointly launch a $100 million AI-focused infrastructure and investment fund. CURR. Launching a $100 million AI-focused infrastructure and investment fund. CURR. Let's see. Zena again. ANTE. What's that one doing? ANTE. ANTE popping off. ANTE popping up here in the last 4 minutes. It started climbing. ANTE. Let's see. CYCU doing the same thing. CYCU on this press release. Just a corporate update and a letter to the stockholders. That's all the press release was. But it is moving up relatively nicely off that press release. Now, as I say that, it pulls back, but it's getting a little bit of movement. All right, let's go back and look at some more press releases. Cellbrite announces its annual report. Trade Desk expands investor distribution. CANF, CANF, steady going up. XTIA on their share repurchase program. ULY, on-demand towing and roadside assistance. XTIA on their $5 million repurchase program. Got a nice little pop there for anybody that jumped in quick. SOPH announces 2 million patient cases analyzed, marking a new milestone for data-driven medicine at NVIDIA. Okay. Not crazy about that one. So let's go back and recap here. We've got a few minutes before VINC opens up. So let's recap real quick here on what's moving. SYRS, no, not really. SCNX, hanging tough, man. It wants over 3 bad. ADTX, not really doing anything. Neo, Cure, Cure, CURR, this is the one that announced its plan to form an AI-focused investment fund, which seems like a pretty good idea. And we'll see if it gets any action when the market opens. That one might need Wall Street's help to get going. So I wouldn't take that one off your radar. I would keep that one on your radar. That's just my humble opinion. see. Let's take a look at VINC again and take a look at level 2 and see what's happening on level 2 now that this thing is halted. Looks like we've got bids up around 97.8, an ask at around 99. It's currently halted at 82.9, 82 cents, 82.9. So it's almost 83 cents. We've got bids around 97. So I would suspect when they release this thing at 9:15, it's probably going to jump up to that 95 to 97 range very quickly, but may come down pretty quick too. Now I'm seeing bids at $1.10 on level 2. Now let's take a look at DWTX. This is the one that announced they had their dosing of their first patient in a phase 2 trial. Do you remember that one? It popped up to 675 and then quickly down to 635. GCMG announces a strategic joint venture to establish a premier individual investor distribution platform focused on the registered investment advisor, independent broker-dealer, and family office channels. It's on GCMG, but there's no volume on it, literally zero volume on that stock. So I'm assuming nobody really gives a rip about that press release. We like the press releases, but there's got to be something behind them. We've got to have the volume behind them. We've got to see the level 2 starting to beef up a little bit. See that volume pouring in, see the price action starting to move up, seeing that bid price starting to rise up. We want to see a lot of little things in there before we just blindly jump. 908. I'll stick with you long enough to see what VINC is going to do. So we'll stick around with you here on YouTube long enough to see what VINC is going to do. Whether it looks like it's going to head up or down or not do anything. These are so sketchy when they halt them for news like this. And it really depends on the news too. Just how good is that news? And that makes a big, big difference. Just the fact that it's halted for news doesn't mean it's going to go up. It might spike up initially and then crash and just fall apart. So be very, very careful. But it should be fun to watch for the first couple of minutes anyway to see where this thing goes. But I'm glad that you guys at least know about it. You're at least aware that this stock has news, that it's halted. It's going to be released at 9:15, best we know. And for anybody that happens to jump into it and make some good money on it, congratulations ahead of time. There may be some folks out there wanting to short this thing. Who knows? SYRS. Look at that. Popped all the way to 17. Nice. SYRS has been on a steady, nice, really nice climb since 7 o'clock this morning. And even before 7 o'clock. This thing's been really going well. This thing's up 100% this morning. 100%. That's a heck of a climb, man. How many of those could you have gotten at 8 pennies a share? And rode that to 17 cents. Whoo! You talk about bank. Do the math. That'd have been a nice chunk. It's been climbing all morning. It's been trying all morning. Beautiful trend upwards since 7. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go back and look at Cure. Cure, C-U-R-R. That one's pushing up still a little bit. That's the one that said they were going to invest. They plan to form an investment fund that's focused on AI. So that one's pushing up. We might see Wall Street push that one up. Now Zena, let's go back and look at Zena. They had some news out earlier this morning. Zena popping up beautifully. Look at Zena. Zena plans to develop quantum computing driven computing driven workplace scheduling. This one came out about 13 minutes ago. They said they had completed the acquisition of workplace scheduling software company. So 13 minutes ago, when that press release came out, you could have had this in the 348 range, 348, 349, maybe 350. And it just popped to 398. Another nice little profit, little nice scalp off of a press release. All right, we've got 1 minute. PINC. All right, all eyes on DDC. Hang on a minute, DDC. Strategy to create Bitcoin reserves and appoints crypto asset expert Alex Yang as a strategic advisor. So they're looking at getting some Bitcoin. That's on DDC. DDC. Looking to get into the Bitcoin as part of their reserve. For the VINC to be released. VINC. Stock was halted. It's going to be released at 9:15. We got 5 seconds. Here it goes. Here it goes. 135 right off the bat. 141 on the bid. 142. Down to 130. It's all over the place. Orders all over. 120s now. 113 now. So bid is all over. And dropping. As always, be patient. Wait and see where it's going to go before you jump in. Never blindly jump into these. Boy, there are some bag holders up there in the 140s. I hope this thing bounces for them. I hope it bounces for them. Let's see, MREO, my Farmer Group price target. Man, there are some bag holders up there in the 140s. I sure hope this thing bounces for them. VINC. Man, I hate that. Hate to see people jumping in on FOMO when these get released like this. It's so dangerous. I mean, it's a gamble. You know, you jump in hoping it's just going to keep right on going. It just, Hate to see it. LEXX. LEXX. One of their drugs achieves comparable levels in bloodstream as Eli Lilly's injectable Zepbound. That one's crashing down pretty hard as well. VINC. Man, see? Man, if you FOMO'd into that one in the 140s, man, I feel for you. I wish you hadn't, but never blindly jump. Makes a lot better sense to wait and see where it's going to go. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Wait and see before you take that leap. It's going to save you a lot of headaches. I know some people like to put in, while it's halted, they like to put in orders while it's halted. It's so dangerous. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it. VINC is trying to push back up again, but we're going to continue watching it, but I truly do hope that it bounces back up to at least to the 150s for everybody that bought in the 140s. I hope it bounces at least that high so they can get out. And who knows, maybe it'll go on a tear today. Maybe it'll go on a rip, and who knows. But I'm hoping it at least goes back to 150. All right, YouTube, you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Remember, we're going to be on YouTube prior to 7 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, about 6:55. And we're going to stay with you till about 9:15 or so every morning just this week. Next week, we're popping over to Instagram. I know everybody's favorite Instagram. So if you want to follow us over there on Instagram, go to your Instagram and search wolfpackcommunity.com or JG46550. Either way, you're probably going to find us under that. And give us a follow, because the only way you can see the live on Instagram is if you're following the person doing the live. So if you follow us, you'll be able to catch us, and you'll get all the press releases just like you are here this morning. So hope to see you over there next week. But tomorrow, we'll be right back here again as we were today. Will not be a after hours live stream from me today. Nothing today. Tomorrow, probably, but not today. Today, I've got to go pick up my vehicle, and so I'm not going to be available this afternoon. I'm not going to get back in time, I'm quite certain. So I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. YouTube, thank you for hitting the subscribe button, and God bless.